Hi everybody, I'm Corina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My Facebook page is Corina Stefan Astrology, and the website where you can find me and book an astrology session with me is www.corinastefanastrology.com. On Friday, June 23rd at 7:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the Cancer new moon activates within us profound emotions, some very difficult to deal with, as it brings to the surface needs that we were not aware of or needs that we've buried under heavy layers of forgetfulness and dust, so we cannot hear their childlike voice while crying to be soothed. This debut of a new lunar cycle is a highly introverted moment, like with every new moon, when we might feel more than ever the need to withdraw within ourselves and to search for a space where we feel safe. We instinctively try to protect ourselves from anything that we perceive as being threatening or unfriendly, hiding within the silence and the warmth of a symbolic maternal womb where all our childish needs, desires, or tears are met and solved with much gentleness and kindness and love. And this symbolic maternal womb can take multiple forms depending on what exactly makes each of you feel as safe as a baby cradled with infinite tenderness in the arms of a mother. For some of you, it might take the form of a more intense relationship with your family, especially with your mom, through repetitive visits or conversations. Or it can intensify the relationship with other people that are currently playing a maternal role in your lives, thanks to the fact that they are your greatest supporters. It's a great thing to be in the company of this so-called broody hen type of people, because they are the ones capable of creating a sacred space around you where you can abandon all your worries and relax. And when we are relaxed, our inner genius suddenly provides amazing insights. We get to understand in the blink of an eye the origin of some emotional discomfort, or what exactly the subtle voice of our intuition is trying to convey to us. For others, this symbolic womb might be represented by their home, so it's very likely that people who tend to be rather sensitive, shy, or hesitating will wish to spend more time at home in the next 28 days. For another category of people, searching for maternal reassurance might end in longer therapy sessions, as the role played by a therapist is exactly that of creating a safe emotional space where a patient can be himself without any useless inner tensions or masks. No matter how this need of security will play out for you during this new lunar cycle, my recommendation is to learn how to listen quietly and carefully to the voice of your inner child and to do all that you can to solve his or her fears and emotions. It's that small, pure, and naive child who holds in his arms a raggy teddy bear and wants to be caressed and embraced. He doesn't want to hear big words or complicated explanations. All that he wants is that reassuring maternal touch that tells him that everything is okay and that he can go on playing. As Mercury in Cancer conjuncts this new moon in Cancer, communication, thoughts, and words are essential in the next 28 days for us to understand what's going on within us, why we feel certain emotions, and what we need to do about them. So it's very likely that you will find yourself in situations where the intensity of a need or a desire is so high that the simple perspective of not being able to fulfill it brings instant heavy tears on your cheeks, just like in the case of a child who desires a toy or a candy so bad. It's an excellent moment to learn how to communicate in a precise manner what you feel after you've listened carefully, almost pricking up your ears to catch the slightest baby whine within us. And because this Cancer new moon is a supermoon, so its position in the orbit is closest to Earth, we can be 100% sure that the influence of the gravitational and electromagnetic field of the moon is at its highest. which means that our emotions are going to be heightened like never before, leading to both baby whines and intense screaming or tears. As Mars is also placed in the constellation of Cancer, there is a higher risk of impulsive actions stemming from unconscious needs. Ideally, we should try to direct our impulses and instinctive decisions towards a positive goal, making sure they are aligned with our deepest inner truth. The trine, that aspect of 120 degrees between Mars in Cancer and Neptune in Pisces, clearly indicates that the solution lies with our intuition, that inner compass that always indicates the right direction and indicates truth if we know how to read it. So intuition must be at the foundation of our decisions and choices in the next 28 days. But if we want to hear the discreet voice of intuition, we need to disengage from all actions and enter our secret inner sanctuary through prayer and meditation. When we are calm, peaceful, and relaxed, this magnificent blue butterfly will eventually stop in our palm for some moments, sharing with us its wisdom. But if we try to hunt it non-stop, trampling noisily around, the magic wings of intuition will disappear in less than a second, leaving us frustrated and disappointed. This Cancer new moon invites us all to carefully observe the emotional foundation of our lives and to find out what exactly gives us a feeling of safety and protection. And if you want to increase the intensity of this feeling, allowing it to transform your life into a green, fertile oasis, then you need to allocate more time to the soul and the kind of activities it longs for. Chiron is positioned at the very last degree in Pisces and makes a 90-degree angle with this new moon in Cancer, which translates a huge opportunity to heal old, deep wounds that have something to do with our childhood, with our emotional roots, with, ghosts from our past, or even with our feminine, sensitive, vulnerable, and fragile side. So anytime you might feel overwhelmed by anxiety or panic or fear, don't run away from it and don't try to find intellectual explanations for what you feel. Don't create sophisticated equations to explain a simple fear or desire. It's better to remember that love is the strongest remedy that exists out there, and it works magically on our wounds. So you can apply an abundance of this love potion and enter the role of a protective parent who tends to the needs of this crying baby that we all carry within ourselves. Pluto in Capricorn opposes Mars in Cancer. It's an aspect that will bring to the surface ugly, destructive, toxic emotions and feelings that we tried in vain to repress. It's the typical Mars emotions that will show their frowned faces from the darkness of our subconscious mind. Anger, irritation, frustration, a feeling of entitlement to something. My recommendation is to avoid joining this kind of explosive game. Instead of building up your shield so high that they reach the sky, it's better to sit with all these destructive feelings and admit in all honesty where they stem from. Every negative emotion delivers a message, so it's wise to focus on understanding what this message is all about. As Jupiter in Libra locks into this Mars-Pluto opposition through double squares, we get a T-square in the sky with the focal point in the area of social interactions and relationships. That's Libra energy. So it's recommended to communicate with others in a peaceful, honest way, in identifying the area where our personal truth intersects the truth of others. This zone, and this zone only, allows beautiful, real growth and enhances togetherness. If we remain captive in a conflictual vision that enhances differences and competition, our world turns into a bizarre place. It's like an absurd drawing where a straight line suddenly splits in half, my territory from your territory. And this is a stressful reality in which the shield that we keep armed 24 hours out of 24 takes all our energy and drains us of our vital force, locking us away in the deepest solitude. Taking full responsibility, on the other hand, for all that we feel, no matter how destructive or horrible it might be, is what true maturity is. It allows us to tame our demons in our own yard without releasing them outside and allowing them to devastate whatever they encounter on their way. And wisdom is a rare flower that blooms only on the highest peaks of self-control and maturity. Thank you, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.